When it comes to ARK, bugs are the main reason that new and existing players quit and give up, so we will be covering the top 15 most annoying bugs that Wildcard won't fix. So for our first little bug, which I'm very shocked that this even works in the first place, I don't know which dev allowed this, but all you'll need is a Quetzal or just some kind of dino that has a platform saddle. But yeah, so you know, that could be anything from a Quetzal, a Paracer, even a Moza. A Moza will do this too, but I wouldn't really recommend it as this in the air is a little bit more overpowered. So all you need is just a tech bridge and that platform saddle. When you are on the ground, place your tech bridge, and then as you can see, for some odd reason, it has a snap point onto a Quetzal or just any platform. I really don't know which dev allowed this. I mean, it's just embarrassing that this game has been out for this long. I mean, yes, technically Extinction did come out not too long ago, but the game has been out for this long and this is just allowed. You know, especially, I mean, I get if it goes onto a platform saddle, yes, but the second that that platform saddle moves, it should instantly just disconnect. And the funniest part about this, you can't just place one. Yeah, so since they snap to each other, you're able just to just pretty much keep building. You can build a bridge going up to somebody's base so easily too. So here, I'm gonna demonstrate it and just see how high up that I can actually get this thing built. Okay, so after, I don't know, about 10 minutes of building, but this is how much that I built. So there is a method to doing this, and all that I will say is if you are built somewhere that is kind of like higher up and somebody has to kind of get their way up into a ceiling, you are no longer safe with this method. All it takes is a Quetzal now. That's all it takes. And you're able to build up literally into someone's base. And this is the best thing to use for just soaking too, because somebody can just walk a soaker straight up to your base, start soaking, just start rocket running your turrets because you can hide behind the bridge as well. So yeah, nobody is safe anymore with this method being out. Yeah, hopefully this video gets this method patched because it really ruins the fun for anybody who's just trying to play for fun because of all these people that just like to exploit the game. It's the main reason why I'm making this video. This video is sponsored by Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a non-alcoholic supplement that quite literally makes you feel good. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being root beer. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code Outcasts for 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. So with ASA, they fixed a lot of the snap point issues. Like for example, one big thing that they fixed are the ceilings, how they are now sitting flush with the foundation. But when you put that next to, you know, ASE, it used to sit slightly above and it just, that would really anger me quite a bit. But yeah, something that they did fix is snap points, but it is still kind of a problem. So like for example, you know, if I'm trying to build a base, you know, pretty quickly, and you know, yeah, stuff like that happens where it just quickly places, something places wrong like that. So you have to be very careful again, you see, and that's just me trying to build a 3x3. It's just very, very sensitive. Like for example, I'm looking at this wall and it wants to place right here. But if I look right there, okay, I mean, that makes a little bit of sense, but it's still, it's just right there. It's aggravating. Like if I'm looking right here, place it here. If I'm looking right there, place it there. I mean, it does, yes, but it just kind of, I don't know. It really bothers me, especially that because I build a lot of stuff. I mean, I've built many bases, and every single time I always mess up a placement because for some reason it just doesn't want to snap properly. Like yeah, here's a perfect example right here. I am looking right there. I cannot get the snap point until I get about right there. It is just, it's annoying, it's aggravating, it's just really tedious, and you have to sit here with it and just kind of mess with it. Now, one other example, I'll see if it does it on here, is ceilings. Yup, it does it as well. Like when you're trying to build a ceiling up there, it wants to always snap down to one of these areas. Again, I mean, yes, this is technically a bug, but I know it's not, you know, a crazy bug compared to some of the other ones on this list. But it's just really aggravating that this has not been fixed yet. It got fixed a good amount with ASA, so I mean, I'll give them that. But oh my god, is it annoying. Did you know that 89% of you guys are unsubscribed? My goal is to hit 100k subs within the next year, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you could please hit that subscribe button. Now back to the video. As you can see here, I have a wild Theazino. And just to prove that, I'll come down and just let him hit me. He's 100% wild. So with ASA came a brand new like pathing kind of AI for pretty much all dinos, and they're all on that same pattern now. So I mean, I don't know how to really show you it on screen, but they usually have like a set waypoint. So if they see, for example, these trees, that they will walk around the trees. And just to prove this, I'll do it really quick. As you can see, I am right here, and they kind of freak out, slow down, and walk around the structures to try to get to me. It's actually a pretty cool little thing that they added, and a lot of players do overlook this. All right, so let's kind of like maneuver through these trees. As you can see, he's kind of freaking out. I mean, I can juke him out so easily now, which is a huge buff to us. Oh god. It is a bit of an issue, like if you encounter rocks, especially just because they literally just give up, which is a good bug to have, but it is also a little concerning, and I'll show you why. So let's build a little trap so I can show you this. So I'm going to build a 2x2, you know, just a basic little taming pen, right? Oh, basic, simple little pen. Put some ramps on the outside. And let's go get the Theazino. Here's also another example of their pathing. Oh, okay, he just completely ignored it. Never mind. All right, so let's just, you know, run, and let's try to get him into this trap. Knowing my luck, he's gonna listen and just instantly follow me. Yeah, as you can see, they no longer want to walk up ramps anymore like they used to. I'm gonna try it again just to kind of show you guys proof that he does not want to walk. Oh, I almost had him. Oh, no, I did get him that time. But, I mean, on official, where, you know, I'm not in a god mode, he would have killed me on these ramps. So I'm going to open it back up and let him out. And let's redo this one more time. As you can see, he completely ignores the taming pens. And that's a pretty annoying issue when trying to just tame stuff, because I use taming pens for pretty much everything, and I mean, I definitely hate this new AI path stuff. I mean, it is still possible to get him in, but like I said, if you're already on the ramp, he's gonna be hitting you, and most of the time they will kill you, especially if you're taming just higher levels. Definitely a bit of an annoyance, but it's not just like a massive bug that should be fixed in my opinion. I feel like they purposely implemented this into the game. So I don't know, it's up to you guys. I mean, what do you guys think of this? Are you guys annoyed, or do you think that it's fine? Alright, so now this next bug is something that's been in the game for quite a while as well, and that is raising babies on just ceilings. Now this goes for pretty much any dino. So for example, you know, here's all your ceilings. As you can see, it's only being held up by one pillar, just to kind of show you it has no foundation support technically, so it's just ceilings. Now I have a bunch of PTs here that are, you know, just raising up, and this does happen with pretty much any dino. Some dinos are fine, but a lot of dinos have this problem. Now, when they're being raised up, they always like to get stuck in floors, and I know a lot of you guys know about this issue. It's been around forever, and the best way to get them out of the floor is by using a cryopod. Like, you cannot walk them out of the floor, they're stuck, or you can use a whip. Alright, so I'm going to let them raise up just to show you guys, so I'll show you like a little bit of a time lapse. And just like that, they're raised up, and as you can see, they're stuck in the ceiling. So just to prove this, I'll try to fly on one of them. Alright, so let's go ahead and put a saddle on him. And okay, that usually doesn't happen. Okay, I'm very shocked that happened. That literally never happens. But of course, since I'm recording, you know, of course it's gonna do the opposite of what I say. But yeah, they usually get stuck in the ground. It could just be a PT thing where PTs can kind of get out, but most dinos do get stuck, and the only way to get them out is with a whip or a cryo. So I'm gonna show you both methods. So this is the whip method. You just whip him and it instantly gets him unstuck, or you can just use a cryo and just cryo the dino. That's what most people do, because most people just put them in a cryo fridge anyways, and then you can instantly just toss them back out and they're above the ceiling. Now, most dinos that usually get stuck, at least from what I've seen, are wyverns, because wyverns are very big, and they start out as little tiny babies. They get stuck usually every single time. But yeah, these pteranodons, for some odd reason, are wanting to work properly. I need to try to get one so I can just show you. So I'll try this guy. Yeah, no, he wants to listen as well. Of course, right as I'm showing you guys, it's always just going to do the opposite. But, I mean, you guys get what I mean. Another pretty big problem, but it's kind of hard to show you guys, is just overall saves on just official servers, unofficial servers, just kind of all that good stuff. So a big issue is every about, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, there's always usually a save. And when those saves happen, it usually just causes the server to lag for about 3 to 4 seconds, and the ping instantly jumps up to the highest that it pretty much possibly can. And half the time it never even tells you, and it just lags. Now when you're trying to fight somebody, or you're trying to tame somebody, or you're trying to tame something, my bad, that's gonna always happen to you, because it happens to me all the time. It happens to my friends all the time. And that's just that little tiny bit of lag. When you're fighting somebody or you're trying to raid a base, it could mean literally life or death. And I know it's a problem that I don't really think that they can solve, but trying to optimize it better would probably fix the issue. Or just on most servers, just having, you know, a pop-up on screen saying, hey, server is about to save, as a lot of servers do, but not all servers do this. And it's just a bit of a problem. I really wish ARK would just solve this problem, because it's just been around since ASE, and it's not as bad on ASA, but it still does lag, and it just causes a lot of issues. But yeah, that's just something that I just kind of wanted to cover in this video. It's nothing too insane, but still, please fix this. Now, a problem that a lot of people do face, but isn't really a massive problem just for like new kind of starting out players, is caves. Now, a lot of caves have a pretty big problem, and that is bugs. Now, bugs do just regularly spawn around caves, usually in these, you know, main center areas, right? But half the time, they are hidden behind these walls right here, and they're literally stuck in the mesh until they can spot you, and then they just out of nowhere pop out at you and attack you. Now, if you're like a smaller player that can't really, you know, afford for something like that to happen, it pretty much kills you. And it's a pretty big problem for just newer players. That is a bit of a reason why I do see a lot of new players quit, is because when you have all these issues just racking up, people just give up. Simple as that. So, you know, here's a couple bugs. I'll try to get one to spawn in the side, but it is kind of hard to spot it. Like, yeah, for example, that Titan Boa, I didn't even see him. He just kind of came out of nowhere. Don't know if he was in the mesh or not, to be honest with you, though. But just a lot of these bugs have that problem where they're just waiting for you in the mesh, and you can't see them until they see you. I think it's completely unfair for at least just newer players, because they just cannot afford that. But yeah, again, it's just another small issue I wish that they would fix. It's been around for ages and still isn't fixed. Now, another really big problem, this is really strictly only for single player people, so if you're not playing single player, you can kind of skip over this unless you just want to know about it, but that is the corruption of save files. Now, usually when playing single player, you know, everything's a lot smoother, everything runs better, and you'd expect that to not happen. But shockingly, save files go corrupted literally all the time, and it is one of the most frustrating issues. I really wish ARK would fix it. They just don't seem to care about fixing it for some reason. It's been around since ASE. I'm pretty sure it's been around for about 4 to 5 years. I'm not even gonna lie. And they just don't care enough to fix it for some reason. Because, you know, a lot of people, like especially new players, are always going to be playing single player. And, you know, with official rates, technically, when you're sitting there playing single player and then you hit save, and then the game just out of nowhere just corrupts itself, you get really mad and you're just going to quit. Simple as that. It's happened to me in the past. I've gotten very mad and logged out, but I always keep coming back to this game. Don't know why. This game is just like an addiction for some reason. But for a lot of new players, that could mean if they're going to keep playing this game or not. And when you don't fix issues like that, of course they're gonna quit, especially for an issue like that. I mean, it's a saved game file that's just corrupting, and it keeps happening over and over and over. It's not just like a one-time thing. No, this is constantly happening. I've seen many different forums about this stuff happening. It's happened to just thousands of people, and that's always the #1 reason why they quit playing this game. So ARK, again, if you are listening, just please fix it. It's just such a simple thing to fix. I don't know why you guys just don't fix it. I mean, simple as that. Now, this issue has not happened to me, but I've seen a lot of people that have been just talking about it. And that is basically, let's say that you're in a cave or something, you know, riding a dino, and your ceiling, oh, not your ceiling, and your head sits about right here, you know, in the mesh, your player slightly in the mesh, and you hop off your dino. And well, that's actually another bug, is that you get stuck in your dinos, so count that as just a little extra one. But it's just that your camera messes up and it like goes sideways or something, or just something happens and you can't really move your camera. I personally have never really had that happen. Maybe on the aberration glitch that I'm going to show later in this video, but I still have yet to have that happen. I mean, this could be what they're talking about, is just getting stuck in your dinos, because that is another bit of, you know, a bug. But I don't think that's like game breaking or anything. But you can also get stuck in the mesh right here as well. And yeah, as you can see, this one does kind of suck because you can't do anything about this one. Like, I am actually stuck. There we go. Just kind of had to wiggle my way out. But yeah, it's just a bit of a problem I've never really run into. So, I mean, let me know in the comments, have you guys ever ran into a problem where like your camera kind of messes up, goes like in your body or something, and you just can't function or do anything? So I think what they're meaning is this glitch right here where you glitch into your dino, but I mean, you can fix that just by hopping back on them. So I'm not entirely sure about this one, but I figured that I would put it in just to kind of see some feedback from you guys. Now, this is another pretty important issue, and that is your items getting lost to the mesh. Now, what I mean by this is, for example, let's say that you are in this cave trying to raid a base, and you die about right here. Out of nowhere, every once in a while, instead of your bag going down here, it can fall straight through the mesh, or since you're in a cave, it goes straight up onto the ceiling. Now, to demonstrate this, I actually did die, and my bag actually did get stuck in the mesh. So let me ghost mode for you guys so I can show you. Forget where it is. Yep, there it is right there. I died right about here, just as a test, and because I was trying to get it to kind of get stuck there, and it actually teleported up here, and it got stuck in the mesh, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's definitely a very, very bad problem. ARK, please fix this. However, a solution to this is the Omni tool. I don't think I have it installed. I do not. So what the Omni tool does, not a sponsor by the way, it is just a phenomenal mod, but the Omni tool can basically allow you to just transfer stuff. Like on the top of your inventory, there's usually some bars right here, and it allows you to just transfer anything in the radius into your inventory. So it can look for an item cache, take all of that stuff, and put it straight into your inventory, basically allowing for your stuff to not get lost. Most unofficial servers do have this mod already on their servers, as it's just an extremely helpful thing for just transferring items back and forth. But if you're unofficial, sorry, but you guys don't really get that help, and you unfortunately might lose all your stuff to the mesh, and there's literally nothing that you can do about it. So yeah, definitely sucks to suck. Now, this one is very, very similar to the last one that I just covered about, you know, losing your items to the mesh, and this also does include using item caches. Now, this randomly happens. This has happened to me once, but it hasn't happened ever since, and that was like a couple years ago back on ASE. But I know I've heard people talk about that it does happen on ASA as well, so I figured that I would also cover it. And that is item caches not having items in it. So when you die, you know, all of your items are supposed to be in your item cache, right? Well, a lot of players notice that sometimes it just doesn't have anything in it, and all of your items are just gone forever, and there's nothing that you can do, which is funny enough because your item cache would still be there and you're still able to find it, but there's no items in it. It's just completely empty, which doesn't really make sense. But yeah, it's been a bit of a problem for a while. I was not able to kind of show you guys on here. I tried, I couldn't get it to do it, as you know, it hasn't happened to me in years. So I figured I would just kind of talk about it, just show you a little bit of montage of me just kind of running around. But yeah, if you guys have ever had this happen to you, please let me know in the comments, just so I can know. I'm trying to just get a couple people just to kind of tell me a few more bugs that they might know that I also might have missed as well. So yeah, just leave me some feedback. Now, this one is a pretty funny glitch that I don't even know why this even happens, but I was able to get my character 100% sideways, and it just doesn't really make sense to me, because the player was also sideways, all the movements were sideways, everything was just not functioning. Like, I wasn't even really able to jump and walk. It was definitely very interesting. If you guys know why this happens, please let me know, but I have heard this from a couple other people as well, that this glitch is still working, it still works great, but I don't know how to activate it. I don't know how to get this glitch to just start functioning. But for some reason, it just, I don't know, it just puts your character sideways, and I've even seen it where some people were completely 100% upside down. Yeah, here's me with a parachute, and even the parachute just doesn't know what to do. Like, the parachute's just kind of freaking out right here. But yeah, if you guys do know what is going on here, please let me know in the comments. This is just such a strange issue. And it's been around for a good bit. I mean, I'm pretty sure it came out with Extinction, because I haven't really seen anything ever since. But yeah, the only way to fix your character like this is to die, I believe. And yeah, definitely a bit of a problem. You know, if this just randomly happens to you while you're playing, I mean, it could just really mess some stuff up. Alright, so this is another pretty big problem with your items getting lost, and that is transferring servers. Now, most official and unofficial servers, unless you're on single player, they have an option for you to transfer servers, which just means that you can transfer to a different map. And you can usually do that with drops or just obelisks. Now, for example, I'll just kind of show you what could happen. It's hard to show you because it's just not going to happen on my single player. But, you know, let's say that you access a drop. And when you access that drop, it's usually going to have a little area down here where it basically says that you can transfer servers. Now, this more really happens on ASE, but it can happen on ASA as well, and it is a very annoying issue. And that's just that all of your items will just completely disappear when you go to download your character on a different map. And when I mean completely gone, I mean your character is just 100% naked and you just lose everything. And it's a really big problem. It's been around for a while. It still is here. I can't show you really any proof of that unless I find a video I can put on screen. But it's just really frustrating. Because like when you have your items getting lost to the mesh, your items getting lost from just something else that doesn't make sense, and then your items also getting lost to you transferring servers, and you piss people off enough, they quit your game. Simple as that. It is just the most frustrating thing in the world to deal with when all of your items are constantly just getting stolen from you. But it's hard to really talk about this anymore. I don't think I've ever had this happen to me personally, but yeah, I do know a couple people that have had it happen over the years. And it's just really annoying. So yeah, that's really about it for that one. Alright, so this next issue, every single person watching this video should know exactly what I'm talking about, and that is game crashes. A game crash happens pretty much every day when you're playing ARK. It could be you just kind of messing around, just crafting some stuff in your base, or it could just, you know, be you flying on a griffin or something, just trying to dive bomb. But there's always going to be that one little tiny lag spike that just crashes your game. And when you crash, it crashes pretty hard and it takes a minute to, you know, kind of fix itself up. It's a little frustrating. It's been around since the old ASE days. It is still around, you know, after the devs were like, it's fixed, everything's fixed. Shockingly, it kind of got worse. But yeah, it's not too much to talk about, but you'll just be doing your average day-to-day thing. And then, oh, I ran out of stamina. And then out of nowhere, your game will just crash and your screen will look something like this. So yeah, pretty annoying, pretty aggravating, and it constantly happens. And if ARK actually kind of cared enough about it, I'm sure they could figure out how to fix it. I don't think it'd be too difficult to fix, but definitely needs a little bit of tweaking knowing how this game is, you know? Now, let's go ahead and talk about rat holes. Rat holes have always been a huge thing on this game, and this does happen with caves as well, but it is more specifically kind of just pointed towards rat holes. And that is beds. So, for example, you know, here's this one rat hole. Actually a pretty nice rat hole, but it is one that I built in one of my old past videos. If you want to go check that out, go to the channel and go search for it. But yeah, so here's this one. This is a pretty big rat hole as well. I have my beds somewhere in here. I honestly forgot where I put the beds. I know they're somewhere in here. Oh yeah, here they are. They're in the back right here. But since this is technically considered mesh and it is not meant to be here, spawning in your beds sometimes, or honestly quite a bit, just does not function. And you're not able to spawn because it thinks that you're spawning in the mesh, you know? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give these to me so I can try to spawn on them just to show you guys. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work though, because it usually has always worked for me. But I know a lot of players have this problem, so let's try it. Alright, so there we go. I am dead. Now let's try to spawn in this bed and just see what happens. See, it worked for me completely fine. I think that's just because it might be because I'm on single player. But yeah, I mean, I spawned perfectly fine on here. I had no problems at all. But I know a lot of you people do have that happen. I've seen it in the comments, and I have actually had it happen once to me on a unofficial server that I was on. So it definitely is a problem. It's definitely out there. But I don't think the devs are really going to focus on trying to fix this one, as, you know, it's rat holes. I mean, it's spots that are technically against the rules, and I totally understand it. And this does happen for some caves. Now the caves need to be patched. The caves are a pretty big problem. But yeah, most rat holes are a problem because a big rat hole like this, you know, and your bed not working could just kind of determine if you're even going to live in here or not. And that's just not a good thing. Alright, so another very annoying glitch is usually only on servers, but it is rubber banding. Now this isn't as bad with ASA, but it is still here, and as you can see, I can show proof of this. Here's one method that you can just have some rubber banding happening. Like if you're just constantly just hitting the jump button, your game lags out quite a bit right there. Now I don't have too much stamina to work with, but hold on. Now yes, it is very, very frustrating when this kind of stuff happens and it just keeps happening. Or if you're playing there, you know, you're trying to run from a player and then boom, you just get rubber banded back and then you're dead. That's happened too many times with me, especially on like a PT trying to run from like a wyvern after you've just got a egg. It'll just pretty much just rubber band you back into that area. It is very, very frustrating, and it's just it's another problem that's been on this game for a while. Really wish that they would fix it, but again, it's another bug that I just really doubt that they'll fix. It's been many years. But yeah, anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.